In this Bullseye Billiards Shot of the Week, you are going to learn that sometimes it's better to shoot a bank shot instead of a cut shot. Say you're playing a game of 8-ball. You and your opponent are both on the last ball, the 8-ball, which is the game-winning ball. You do have a couple of options here to cut the 8 in. For instance, the top corner, although this is a very thin cut on the 8, you could scratch in the top side or the bottom side with the cue ball. So that's not a very good option. You could try to back cut the 8 in the top side. However, this is a very thin hit, and if you do miss, then your opponent is probably going to win this game. And there's not really an obvious safety here, so really the best shot is to go for the bank. This is a good shot in this position because it's nearly straight in. And you want to make sure that you hit the 8 with enough speed so you get this angle in, angle out. If you hit it too slowly, then the 8's going to turn over and it's going to bend forward a little bit, which is more difficult to control with a bank shot. And on this shot, you want to make sure that you aim towards this side of the pocket, because if you do happen to miss, you could leave the 8 down here, which will make it very difficult for your opponent. You also want to make sure you put a little bit of backspin on the cue ball and control your speed, so just in case you do happen to miss, you could leave a position like this, which is going to be very difficult for your opponent, and hopefully you would get back to the table if you do miss. So remember, if you have a position where it's not easy to cut the ball in and there's not an obvious safe, then consider going for a bank shot, and always take into consideration your speed and your spin to make sure that if you do miss, then it's going to be difficult for your opponent. Thanks for watching.